everyone, and welcome back to Ion Harness Racing, sponsored by Trackmaster. I'm Heather Dodds. If you build it, they will come. The grand opening of the new $88 million Meadowlands racetrack has been at the center of the harness racing news over the past 2 weekends. The vision of Meadowlands chairman Jeff Gural opened for its first pari-mutuel program on November 23rd to an overflow crowd estimated at 15,000. The Ion Harness Racing cameras were in New Jersey for the grand opening, and Gural and Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment General Manager and CEO Jason Settlemore offered their insights into the new facility.
Waiting for this for 2 years, and you know, the truth is you work and build, and you're saying, I wonder what the public is going to think, and so now we know the reaction has been real positive, and they tell me we have a good crowd just based on the people having trouble getting in. Well, hopefully they'll tour the place and get to feel how beautiful it really is. I designed the building and stuff, but I really had a woman came in at the last minute to work for the food and beverage people. Art was a partner, and she changed everything that we were doing. And she said to me, Jeff, you really want it to be cool, you want young people, you got to change it. I said, yeah, that's what I want. And basically I gave her a blank check. So she did a great job. I think the Owners Club is beautiful. And you know, the sports bar is gorgeous. I haven't been in there since they finished it last night. But everybody sent me pictures. I think that's a cool thing. The biggest concern was the weather, and the weather forecast was okay, and then it started to snow. So I don't get it. You know what I mean? My biggest really concern is, well, as long as it's not raining or snowing, and before my eyes, I look out and I see it snowing. I think the roof will be unbelievable. I've been up there in warm weather, and I think that's where everybody's going to want to be watching the races from. So I think that when May rolls around and we open that roof in conjunction with the sports bar, I think we have an opportunity to really get a young crowd in here, and we'll see how it goes.
I was told last week that we have a great opportunity with Victory Sports Bar. If you haven't been in there, you got to see the place. It's magnificent, to be the place to go for people to watch sports here in northern New Jersey. So that's pretty cool. You've got pink, trotters, all of that, and then, you know, hopefully we'll be able to host some concerts out here on the grass in the warmer weather. We're standing here, it was snowing earlier tonight, and then we've got out here on this east, right behind the tent, the VIP tent tonight, you have the House of Q that's going to go in Little New Jersey, barbecue pits. It's going to be a family area for people to bring their families to, enjoy the races, hang out on the lawn, those kind of things, sushi out there, those kind of things. So it's going to be really, really cool. So when that comes in the spring of 2014, but I don't think there's going to be a better spot in the house on a beautiful night than Victory's Terrace, clear up on the top floor, sitting out there having a couple drinks, eating dinner, and being able to look at the sweeping views of New York City. You know, the Empire State Building, Freedom Tower. My favorite place is actually upstairs in Trotters, which is the Owners Club on the second floor. There's a little place that that's the Allarage room that I could tuck myself away on some of those nights and watch the races from in there. But other than that, you know, like Victory Sports Club, that place is awesome. Upstairs in pink as well, in the luxury boxes. The whole place is just fantastic.
This here is the first night copy of the program, September 1st, 76. This here is the Star Leisure Sports section. From opening night, the next day, 42,000 plus came through the Meadowlands, the original track on the other side of the track here now. And that's an estimate because there were many more people than that. The interesting part about that number is the next night there was 10,000 because everybody had heard the number. They were kind of afraid to show up in the second night. But Meadowlands in the first 2 years averaged over 18,000 per night. So this is a little hint. Ray Remen won the very first race with McFarren. And there were 8 Hall of Famers on the card. Only one won a race, Bob Farrington of Ramlow Willie. He won the opening night feature in 155 and 2. I think there were 4 people on tonight's opener at the Meadowlands who participated in the first card. Ron Pierce was actually a groom on opening night back in 1976 for Art Unger. And Ted Wing drove in the first race. He's training a horse tonight in the 12th race. So you got a little bit of a connection there.
It's post time for the first race at the new Meadowlands.
The first race, named the Quick Baron for the first horse to win a race at the original Meadowlands on September 1st, 1976, was won by Alexei Matosi by open lengths, with David Miller driving in 150 and 4 with blowing snow that proved a sporadic phenomenon.
that was very nice. You know, kick off the new Meadowlands with the win, and I was very excited about it. Went to the new grandstand there Thursday night, and I was amazed of how Jeff made it. You know, it looks more like a nightclub than a grandstand. So he's put a lot of thought into this, and I tell you, it looks very good to me.
Many of the leading horsemen and owners in the sport came and were present for the opening night of the new facility, and several offered their thoughts.
It's phenomenal. I think I've never experienced anything like this. I think the aura and the build-up in '76 was a great thing, but all of us that have been in the harness racing industry for this number of years just were waiting for this, for something to happen, and I don't think we can take anything less than bravos and kudos to Jeff Gural for putting together such an aesthetically beautiful place, from every restaurant that's here, from the Trotters owner's room, from the sports club downstairs. One thing next to that, one thing after the next is just phenomenal for me as a person who's been in this business since I'm 16 years old. It's over 50 years.
The track is super. Everything is super. You know, it's a lot of people here, and I would say the whole management of Meadowlands done a fantastic job. I know they maybe over the head a little bit with all these people that showed up, and some people couldn't get in here, but it's lovely for our sport, and you know, I congratulate Jeff Gural and Jason, you know, for what they done. You know, they're running a great show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's banging.
Different, but the fact that there's so many people here, the place really feels alive. That's what I think the old facility was lacking in the last several years. This facility really seems like it has a lot of action, and you feel life from here, and that's, to me, tremendous.
We are the U.S. Trotting Association. We don't own or breed racehorses and don't operate racetracks. We're the 20,000 individuals in the United States who do. We publish the sport's most widely read monthly magazine, Hoofbeats. We present the sport's most visited website, ustrotting.com. We teach fans all about racing through our online night school. We help place retired horses through our support our standardbreds and full circle programs, and we have been advancing the sport of harness racing and the standardbred horse for 75 years. We are the U.S. Trotting Association.
While the grand opening of the new facility was a celebration of its own, the action on the track hit a fever pitch this past Saturday, with 8 major stakes led by the TVG free-for-all events for both the Trotters and Pacers. The last 2 Pacers of the year, 9-year-old Foiled Again and 3-year-old Captain Treacherous, were part of a field with $17.7 million in collective earnings that competed in the $512,000 TVG FFA Pace. It was the veteran Foiled Again who emerged on top by a head over a stubborn Golden Receiver in 149-2. Already the sport's richest pacer ever, the win pushed Foiled Again's lifetime earnings to $6,030,968.
Captain Treacherous trying to rally. Modern Legend on the far outside. It's Foiled Again. He's dead game. Golden Receiver is coming back. Captain Treacherous on the outside. Foiled Again. Golden Receiver up the rail. Foiled Again. Golden Receiver. They're slugging it out, and it's Foiled Again.
Market Share and Tim Tetrick trotted hard and fast every step of the mile, bursting off the gate to get the lead and never relinquishing it to win the $500,000 TVG FFA Trot in 151 by 3/4 of a length. The win pushed his lifetime earnings to $3,115,011.
Uncle Peter full out on the inside. Arch Madness third. Guccio is fourth toward the outside. They're coming to the edge of the tote board. Market Share still there with a 2-length advantage. Uncle Peter. Guccio is coming. Market Share looking for the line. Market Share holds on to win it.
Be a Magician made it a perfect 17-for-17 with her 1-length victory in 153-3 in the $250,000 moneymaker stake for 3-year-old trotting fillies at the Meadowlands. The win put her over the $2.3 million mark in career earnings.
Stretch and Be a Magician extends her lead, opening up now to a 2.5 length margin. Ma Cher Hall is full out, giving chase in second. Be a Magician on the inside. Ma Cher Hall is trying to get to her, a length and a half away. Be a Magician leads it. Ma Cher Hall on the outside. They're heading down to the finish. Be a Magician in control, and Be a Magician remains undefeated this year.
Grand Circuit action was not limited to the Meadowlands this past weekend. Sunshine Beach brushed to the lead heading to the half-mile marker and was never seriously challenged from there, as he went on to capture the $284,160 progress pace final for 3-year-old male pacers in 1:50 and 3 this past Saturday night at Dover Downs. Sunshine Beach is trained by Mark Stacy and was driven to victory by John Campbell. The win was the 8th in 20 season starts for the son of Sun Beach Somewhere, Light Up, while his 2013 earnings climbed to $909,283.
Sunshine Beach has gone up by 3.5. Sunshine Beach, clear coming toward the wire. Sunshine Beach on the far outside. Clint Westwood into second.
We would like to thank Trackmaster for being our sponsor again this year for Ion Harness Racing. We hope you have enjoyed using their Platinum Pass performances that we have shown for each Ion Harness Racing Race of the Week. Trackmaster is getting ready to launch an upgrade to their Trackmaster Pocket and tablet handicapping apps, which will allow users to download harness files. The app will tell users when the files are available and will be accessible for free for a period of time. Keep your ears and eyes open for when this hits the market, hopefully by year's end. And here are this week's Trackmaster Platinum Picks for the Reynolds Memorial 3-year-old colt pace. The stakes season is winding to a close, but Meadowlands Racetrack still has a pair of events on the calendar this Saturday. In this week's edition of Paul's Paddock Picks, USTA Internet News Manager Paul Ramlow takes a look at the Reynolds Memorial races on Saturday at Meadowlands Racetrack.
This Saturday night at Meadowlands Racetrack features the WN Reynolds Memorial for 3-year-old pacing colts as the Grand Circuit season winds down to the end of the 2013 campaign. In this field of 6, I look for Twilight Bonfire to be the winner. He's had an outstanding sophomore season, banking more than $600,000. He was second in the North America Cup final, third in the Messenger and the Battle of the Brandywine, and just a couple weeks ago beat Sunshine Beach in the Progress Pace elimination before finishing 4th in the final. I think he'll be the winner here in the WN Reynolds Memorial. Also in that race is Rockin' Amadeus, who was the Breeders' Crown champion as a 2-year-old. His 3-year-old campaign just hasn't quite been as good, though. This will be his first stake start since finishing 4th in his Little Brown Jug elimination. I think if Twilight Bonfire falters, Rockin' Amadeus will be the horse to pick up the pieces. Well, thanks a lot for an outstanding season here on Paul's Paddock Picks. Have a good holiday season. We'll see you again next spring.
It's hard to believe, but this episode wraps up our 5th season of Ion Harness Racing. We will be taking a winter break, but we'll return next spring with some exciting new innovations. Keep a close eye on the USTA website for Ion Harness Racing specials this winter, including complete coverage of the Dan Patch Awards banquet in February at Dover Downs. On behalf of John Pavlock, Paul Ramlow, Ken Weingartner, and Rich Johnston, I'm Heather Dodds. Thanks for watching this season's Ion Harness Racing.